Hi friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. It's Wednesday, so I have a haul video for you. And I have, I don't want to call it a three-part haul, but kind of. I have two little mini hauls to show you before I get into the stuff that I got today. When I went and dropped off my giant hoard purge the other day, I took a little walk around my local thrift store where I was donating my stuff, and I found a couple of pieces. And by a couple, I literally mean two pieces. But they're cute, and they're going to be in my Whatnot show tomorrow, and so that was fun. So first up is this skirt. This is a brand called Jean Ewing. This is the print on it. I think it's really pretty, like sort of a tropical islandy kind of thing. And this was $4, so not bad at all. That's the tag. This brand does decently. It doesn't go for like $1 million or anything. I didn't see that particular skirt when I comped, when I searched for it. And I only searched through the Gem app, so I didn't look at like eBay sold prices or anything. But things seem to generally be listed in like the $30, $40, $50 range-ish for like a skirt or a simple, you know, comparable looking kind of dress. I think there are some pieces that go for more with that brand. So it's a neat brand to be aware of. Secondly, though, this one I'm more excited about. This is really cute. Is this little cutie patootie dress. So it's got that like very structured, not very structured. It's got like a somewhat structured kind of bodice because it's got these little bra cuppy situations going on inside. The elastic in here is in great shape. And this is kind of like a mini bra. Like it's got this elastic that hooks around on the inside. And then you've got these like sort of liner pads. They're not really pads. This is going to be a really cute little like fitted bodice silhouette. And this is the brand, Malia, which is a really fun brand. This I feel like is probably 70s era, but a lot of Malia is like 60s for sure, and maybe earlier. I can't remember how far back they go. They might go like farther, like 40s, but I don't remember. Most of the time when I find Malia stuff, it's like 60s, 70s. So, but this is really adorable. And this was also $4. This is pretty small. It's like an extra small, but it was $4 and it's adorable. So super excited. That's going to be on my Whatnot show tomorrow. So that was my little local thrift guy. Next up, I have a very cute little haul of kids clothes. Now I don't know when I'm going to be selling these because I will probably do another Whatnot show with kids clothes, but this isn't enough to do a show with. And so it might be a while. They'll kind of just be hanging out on hold, but these were given to me by a person that I used to work with like many years ago. I wrote some sort of post on Facebook, like begging people, if you're going through your house and getting rid of stuff, please stop throwing things away in the dumpster. If you have clothing, especially that you would like to get rid of, let me know and I will come take all of it. Even if it's stuff I don't want, I will take it so that you're not throwing it in the dumpster, and I will like donate it, whatever. So this is many years ago. Clearly I was triggered by somebody throwing something out in a dumpster. I don't remember. But she remembered that and kept me in mind. And so she reached out and said, I've got some stuff, you know, she's going through her parents' house. And so she brought over these baby clothes, kid clothes. And then she also said like she was just scratching the surface of stuff there. So maybe there's going to be more stuff to come. I don't know, but I was super excited about this. It was so much fun. She had sent me a couple of like preview photos and they were cute, but this stuff is so freaking cute. The only problem I have with this is that a lot of it is either handmade or has like a foreign kind of tag on it, like another country. So I don't really know sizing. You know me and kids' clothes and sizing. But let's take a look at some of this stuff. This is so freaking cute. First of all, there's this sweater. How fucking cute is this sweater? I love this. Look at those buttons. And that cute collar. This is so sweet. And then look at the back. Oh, I love this so much. It's so adorable. Second is another little sweater. Also so freaking cute. So cute. Hold on. Look at this. I don't know how I'm gonna, like, I don't know. I mean, I know how, especially on Whatnot, I'll just hold it up. I'll be like, it measures this big. I don't know how to size these things. I think what I need to do with kids' clothes is I need to get a couple of pieces that have size tags in them and just sort of retain them for comparison purposes, you know? But the problem is I need like a library of kids' clothes to do that with. So like a kid's t-shirt, but in multiple sizes potentially, or like a kid's sweater and stuff, you know, but it's just like, ugh, look at this. How cute is this? And like, I know that this isn't like a baby. I know it's not a toddler, but I don't know. Is this like a 6-year-old, a 12-year-old? I don't know. I don't know. This is a cute sweater though. This needs a little bit of a wash, but look at that cute tag. I love this. So adorable. All right, next is one of these dresses. One of these dresses. It's a dress, but it's one of these pieces that has the foreign tag on it. It says made in RP, and I don't know what that is. Look how cute this is. I know I've got some shadow stuff going on, so, you know, but look at that. All that embroidery, right? Such a sweet little dress. I am going to show you the tag. Don't worry. This is the tag. So like, I don't I don't know what to interpret that as far as size or anything like that. It says style 65. I don't even know if that is a size. I don't know, but the dress is really freaking cute. There's like 3 or 4 of these. Here's the same one in white. Adorable. Adorable. Okay. And then there's one in pink. Why is my air conditioner on and I'm over here like overheating? Oh, sorry. I'm being nosy again, looking outside at my neighbors. I'm like, who are these people? My driveway. Anyway, let's see. Hold on. This next piece. What is this? Okay. This next piece is, I'm going to hold on to this because this is my favorite of the kids' clothes, I think. So we'll get to that in a second. Sorry to keep you in suspense, but that's how I want to do it. So too bad. This is another very cute little dress. This is like a yellow and white Swiss dot. And then this is like white eyelet under here. So cute. And this is another, this might say small. I don't know what this is like. That's the tag though. Very cute. I'm going to guess that all of these clothes are like 70s or 80s era. So I was born in the 70s. This woman, she has 2 teenagers, which blows my freaking mind because I remember when she was pregnant. I was like, how are your children fucking teenagers? But maybe because I was at that job. Like I left that job like 10 years ago. So that could be how. But anyway, so I would guess that, you know, I think she's younger than I am. Probably, yeah, I don't know, so she's probably younger than me, but like 80s would make sense, I think. So how cute this is. Adorable little dress. Here's another very adorable little dress. Just a little pink and white stripe. Yeah, these look like very 80s silhouettes as well, don't they? Any tag in here? No tag in this one, but that's okay. This dress is really cute. You're not going to get the full effect of this because of whatever this lighting is doing right now, but this is like a sheer, this is probably like a flower girl dress or something, maybe a communion dress. I don't know if that's, this is sheer with flocking on it. Look how cute that is. So that's adorable. And that's the tag. Boutique, really cute dress. Little hat. No, I think that's too small for my head. It's really cute though. And then this, oh, what is this thing? This is another sweat. This is so freaking cute. It's so adorable. Look at this. I love that. So pretty. And then here's another little lavender sweater like that other white one that I said needs to be washed. This one looks a little bit smaller, but again, like not a toddler, but I don't know what size this is. 0 help from any tags in here. It's like even when it has a tag, there's no size. This is just a little hat and scarf. This is so cute also. Look at that. And it's got a little matching scarf. So cute. And then this dress, adorable. So this is like a sweater knit kind of thing. And then all these little embroidery guys on it. So cute. The back is plain, but it's still so adorable. And then another very pretty little dress. Oh, this is so sweet. It's got this little pastel flowers embroidered all over it. So cute. And then there is a pair of gloves, which is just a pair of gloves. And She also gave these. I don't know. I see stuff like this. These are some underwear that still have the tags on them, but they're for adults. I see stuff like this out in the thrift a lot, and I can't tell with these tags. Like, so this is the style of the underwear, right? And then there's the tag. Where does this say? They're made in China. Lady Princess. Like, I don't know. There's no website on these. I mean, I don't know how old they are, if at all. Like these, I'll probably just throw up on eBay as a lot together. And then the last thing from the kids' clothes that I want to show you. It's so cute, so cute, so cute. It's a pajama set. So it's got little pants, right? And I'm not going to unfold them all the way because they're so nice and neatly folded. This is so cute. Look at that. How adorable is this? Oh, it's the cutest thing ever. I love it so much. This is marked size 14, which is at least a little bit helpful. So freaking cute. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's all going to be saved for some future Whatnot show. I do still have kids stuff from the last Whatnot show that I did. And I do have some kids stuff that's up on like eBay and Etsy and whatever that I've had sitting for so freaking long that like I just wish would sell and go away, that maybe I'll pull at some point and just do a Whatnot show. I don't know. Anyway, but that was like my little mini gifted haul. And now we're going to move on to my actual haul from my thrifting adventures today. So let's get into it. So first up, I have this thing. This is, you can tell, like one of these old Baja hoodies, drug rugs. This one's a Corona, and normally I wouldn't necessarily want to pick this thing up. This was $2.50, but I knew from like past reseller experience that these had pretty good resale value at one point. So I looked it up real quick, and I saw like an eBay sold for like $45 of this striped pattern of it. So I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. I may still put it up on Whatnot, but at least I know I'll be able to resell it on eBay if it doesn't sell on Whatnot. So that was good. Let's see, that was $2.50, I think I told you. Next up is this cute little dress. This is like a, I don't know, 70s probably. It doesn't have any tags, but it is that double knit polyester and funky little print there. This was $3, so not bad. This, I don't know if I'll put in tomorrow's Whatnot show because the inside of the neck looks like, bleh. So really, I would like to just give it a wash before I put it up. But if I'm short on inventory, I will put it up as is and just disclose that and somebody else can wash it. It's polyester. It's going to come out probably. So, you know, anyway, that was cute. $3. Next up is this cutie little pair of shorts. These were $2. And they're like, I don't know, I'm calling them shorts. They're not really shorts. They're gaucho pants, I guess. Right? Because they're a little bit longer, like culotte-y. Look at that print. I think the flower print is so pretty. The brand is surprisingly not a, you know, it's like, but like I usually see stuff by Briggs and I'm like, but I thought these were really cute. I like these. And what size were these marked? These are marked size 8. So, and they were $2. $2. Can't beat it. Next up, this dress was interesting, a little bit more than I like to spend, but I thought it was really cute. I still think it's worth it. Well, maybe not. I knew that today I had 20% off to use in addition to whatever discounts I was getting, but the cashier forgot to ask me if I wanted to use it. I forgot about it until after it was all like said and done, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll save the 20% off for next time. So this dress, I paid $8 for this. I don't know what I'll list it as on Whatnot. It's cute, right? So here's the, you know, it's like a cotton sort of shifty embroidered applique kind of stuff going on down here. This is adorable, but I don't know. Look how cute these guys are. It was $8, and so normally I would want to start that more like $20 on Whatnot, but I don't know if I feel like this is a $20 start item for me on Whatnot. But that's okay. I mean, I can just put it up there and start it at $20 if I want. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll start it at 15 and just eat it, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll start it at 15 and it'll get bid up to 45. That brand sells for like 30 to $40. There were probably some that were listed lower, but this one was really cute. but none of them were like astronomical, resale values as far as eBay and stuff is concerned. So, I don't think that I can start it too high. It's cute. It'll get the job done, whatever. A little bit of a loss. It's not going to be a loss. It's just not going to be worth all the effort, I think. Moving on, Laura. Zip it. This dress is really cute. So this is probably like a 70s era. It's like this terry cloth-y type of fabric. Just almost like a t-shirt dress. It's got this long slit up the front. This was $2.50. And I think there's a tag in here somewhere. It's not an exciting tag, but I always just like to, something like this, I like to make sure I see the tags on just because it helps reassure me that it's actually vintage. Oh, here we go. Yes. This is a lingerie brand. So I think this is Renee is the brand there. And once again, it's marked petite, but I don't think this is going to be a petite thing. But I like to sort of reassure myself that it is vintage. And then look at the trim. That's another classic. There was a lot of that going on in that 70s, early 80s period, but that's really cute. And that was, what did I say that was? $2.50. Adorable. All right, next up, this is probably not going on Whatnot. I didn't find a whole lot to price compare for this. This is a tracksuit. So here you go. There's the pants. And then it's got a little hoodie. This was like $7.50. So not bad at all. But the reason that I got it is because it's Johnny Was. So the jacket is marked extra large. The pants are marked large. I tried looking this up. I couldn't find any results for Johnny Was tracksuits pretty much at all. And again, I think I only looked on the Gem app. I wasn't super deep diving into anything. I did find this hoodie. Someone had one listed for $70, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. It could have a resale value of $10. People can list it for whatever they want. But, it was at least it's Johnny Was. It's cute as a set anyway. And $7.50, it's not that big a deal. I don't think I'll put it on Whatnot, although I suppose if I got desperate enough for inventory, I would. Why am I'm putting things in incorrect piles over here. All right. Next up is this bag. So I know I've talked about these in the past. This one's a little bit closer to what I'm trying to get to. When I was probably in high school, and probably even into college a little bit, the early 90s, I had a bag like this, but mine was way bigger and mine was solid pink. And, it's these Cecil, woven bags, right? With these leather handles. It was really big back then. And I didn't really like the bag. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't whatever. I wasn't in love with it, I guess, at that time. But now I so desperately wish I had it back. The size of it was perfect. I had it perfectly worn in. It was my freaking book bag. And so I would carry this massive bag full of heavy books all the time, uphill both ways in the snow. And I loved it. So it was really nicely worn in and soft and everything. And I just want it back, right? So I'm looking everywhere for one that's the right size and the right whatever. And I had recently found a similar-ish one at a yard sale, but it had wrapped Cecil handles that were short and it had a zipper closure. I'm like, that's not what I want. Why did I get this? So now I found this one. This is really cute. I don't know that I'll keep it. Number one, it's important to note that I have too many bags. Okay. I very rarely swap my bags out when I'm going out, but yet I am on a hunt for the nostalgia of my Cecil bag from the 90s. This is close. It's very cute. I'm probably going to sell it, but I don't know. We'll see. This was $8. $8. Which if I were keeping it because I was in love with it, that would be fine. I wouldn't care. As resale, a little higher than I would like it to be, but we'll see what happens. All right, next up, this shirt. Clearly this was part of some kind of set. I didn't find its little mate. It doesn't really matter. You can put this with hold on. I want to button it so it lays properly for you. You can put this with whatever, skirt, pants, something, right? This was $5. So there's the top. right? It's cute. It's got that little bow, cute little print, little corporate-y kind of vibe going on. David somebody. I'm not familiar with this brand. Doesn't matter. I don't need to be. David Warren. And this was originally marked as 10, and I paid 5 for it. So that's going on whatnot. Next up is this cute little 2-piece set that I found independently of one another. I love when that happens. I love being able to reunite the sets, especially when like I saw the first piece and I picked it up because I liked the first piece, and then I find the second piece later. So it's always fun. So this was, I think, $4 total. $2 for the blouse. So here's the blouse. Cute little, oh, it's so cute. Look at the little peplum. It buttons down the back. Right, there's the print. The tag is pretty fun also. Let's see, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Look at visions with little hearts on the eyes. So cute. Love it. And that's that. And then the skirt was, yeah, also $2, which is great. So it's got those little ruffles on it. It's so adorable. I hope that this fits me enough to be able to model it. I feel like it's going to be small on me, but I hope I can at least get it on because it's going to be so cute on. Yeah, it's marked size 5'6". I think it's going to be a little bit on a snuggalicious side, especially around these hips, girl. Anyway, but it's very cute. Love it. All right, next, this is a goofball little stupid shirt, but it was $1. So, and I think somebody will like it. It was cute. And to me, it's got like double meaning now. So this is little ringer tee. So I'll show you the back first because you can tell like it's somebody's like high school graduation shirt, college, high school, whatever. I don't know. I didn't bother looking. That's a high school. High school, all right. That's what the HS. It's for high school. Class of 1980, okay? And the front of it is Ziggy, which I will show you. And it says, it's hard to be humble and be a senior. But of course, now that I go shopping at my thrift store on senior day, to me, it's got that little double meaning. Because now you're a senior again. If you graduated in 1980, maybe not. Oh, no, yeah, wait, actually, you graduated in 1980. You're older than me, so you're a senior again. Haha. Okay, anyway, thought it was very cute, and it was $1, so whatevs. Next up is this little goofy, cute thing. This was $2.50. It's just a little, like, 90s era rompery kind of situation. Comfy, cozy, run around and do errands and whatnot. Cute thing. So, it was $2.50. I probably, like, I think it's cute, but I'm not in love with it. I might start it lower, like $10, which isn't much of a profit, but it's just kind of like a filler item for me. I didn't find like tons of stuff that I was super in love with today. So, you know, had I found like a whole bunch of stuff that was knocking me over, maybe I would have been like not have gotten that. I don't know. I did try to make a lot of good decisions today and sort of purge the hoard before I brought the hoard home. Do you know what I'm saying? Purge it before it became a hoard. And I did a decent job, but there were still some pieces that I did take home that I was taking home mostly because I feel like I needed them for whatnot, but otherwise I might not have picked them up. And that was one of them. These though, I would have picked these up because these are fucking cute. I love these. I would keep these, but they're not gonna fit me. Little pockets. These are shorts. They're very adorable. Paris blues. And these were $2.50. And I think they're so cute. And I love them. Love them. It has a googly eye in the pocket. We're going to leave that there. All right, let's see. Next up is this blazery situation. This also has pocket treats, but nothing. They're all about on the same level of excitement as a googly eye. Just a blazer. It's a really pretty print, and it's like a satiny type of fabric, but a little bit thicker than satin. Really pretty. And I don't remember if this has a tag or not. Let's see. I guess not. It definitely has some big fat shoulder pads. This was $6. It was not on sale. Let me show you the pocket stuff. Nothing phenomenal. First of all, there is a dime. So we're going to put you over there. And then there's this little card from the Woodlake Country Club. And, little name tag on there. Apparently they wedding, some kind of event. I'll leave that in there because it's fun, right? Is it fun or is it annoying? I don't know. You tell me. And then the other pocket has, I don't know if it's like a grocery list. Let's see. Something, 1 quart. I can't read any of this. Not even because it's in script, because I'm an old and I can read script, but because like they've scribbled over and rewritten over and whatever. And it doesn't make any sense to me, but it's just fun to find things in pockets, I think. So this cutie, $6. All right, this is another thing that I might not have gotten if I didn't feel like I needed whatnot inventory, but I also kind of suspect that maybe this is going to be cuter when I model it than it is on the hanger. This is like a late 60s into the 70s, I would guess. This is a maxi length dress. And this is, first of all, this was $10. It was originally marked 20 and I got it for 10 because it was 50% off. I feel like that was a little bit much to spend. Right, there's that. That's pretty. Off the top of my head, if I was listing this on Etsy without researching it at all, I would probably put this at like $49, maybe $59, including the shipping, right? Like it's not like tons of money. There's the tag, Vogue Couture Designs. So these tags, Vogue had sewing patterns, and I don't know if the tags were included in the pattern or if you could purchase them separately, but like if you made a dress using the Vogue pattern, you get these tags and then sew it in so that people knew that you used a fancy pattern or whatever. But it's just a cute little dress, right? So I think it might look cuter on, but we'll see. Either way, $10. So that I would have to do on Whatnot for like $20 to make it a little bit worthwhile. Next up is another one of these Baja hoodies. I don't know if there's like a PC situation with these anymore because, when I was in high school, we called them drug rugs. I didn't really call them drug rugs because I did not run with the drug rug crowd. I was a big fucking nerd. But this kind of thing, right? So the only other term I know for them is Baja hoodie. So that's probably what I'm going to have to list it as because I feel like the online platforms don't want you to say things like drug in your listing. But like, hippie, like these are Deadhead, maybe I could get away with. I don't know if that's any kind of copyrighted situation, but this one's going to go in my Whatnot show to start off with. This was $3, so pretty cool. I like that. I think it's like a cool little whatever. I think that there's people today who still love those kind of things. I don't know if they're like trendy for the kids who like vintage in general, but again, we're not all 20-year-olds buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, all right. Next up is this little blouse. I think this is really cute. I think it's handmade, but I liked the print. And it was $1.50. And so, can't go too wrong there. There's no tags, as you can imagine, since I think it's handmade. It always kills me when somebody lists things on, like, usually Depop is where I see it, where they call it handmade and then they show a picture of the tag and it's like, look. And it's like one of those like lot style tags, like those papery 70s size tags. It's like, that's not handmade. There's just no brand tag in it. All right, let's see. What is this thing? I don't even, oh, that's cool. Hold on. All right, this thing, this is going into the sweater collection for some sort of future September Whatnot show. This was $2.50. Look at this obnoxious piece of situation here. I love this. The colors are so good. It's Gitano. Very cute. $2.50. Fun. Next up, this thing. I think this is vintage, but it is a brand that still exists. But I'm going to tell you what, I don't care about, even if it was made yesterday, which I don't think it was. This was $4. I'm going to show you the tag first. So this is called Baltogs. I wonder if it means like ballet. So I think togs is just like another word for clothing. There's a lot of vintage kids clothes that have the word togs, like listed on the tag. So I think it's like another term for clothing. And the bal, maybe ballet. This is dancewear, this company, Baltogs. There's the other tag. And I know you couldn't see that very well. This is made in the USA, and this just looked like, I don't think that companies, their current logo looks nothing like this also. So I do think this is vintage, but you're going to see why we don't fucking care in a second here. Now, I don't know for sure which side is the front. Again, for our purposes right now, we don't care. Bodysuit looking thing, right? Bodysuit, bodysuit, bodysuit. Do you know it's coming? You do. Look, it's a jump. Look at the fucking legs on this thing, man. This is like insane. And this feels so nice. This is like a spandexy thing, but it's just like, look at that leg. Phenomenal. And this is made for dancers. So you know that the drape and the movement of this fabric is just going to be so freaking amazing. It's so nice. It's like nice and weighty and just, this is nice. I love this thing. And this was, I think I already told you, it was $4. And this is marked a size small. I mean, obviously I'm going to model it. I do think it's going to be a little bit snuggy snug, but that's okay. And now I'm down to the last piece. This is my crowning glory for my thrift haul today. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. I definitely want to try and do a little bit of restoration on it. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to show it to you. And at first you're going to be like, oh, that's cute. But like crowning glory, like, okay. You'll see. Little daisies dress, very cute. This feels like a thicker, like cotton, maybe with some spandex in it, right? I don't know which side's the front. I think this is the front. And then the back has like some buttons down the back. And I say restoration because you can see here, like there's some black color bleed going on. And that's in a couple of places, right? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to try and wash it in hot water with the Synthropol detergent to see if I can lift some of that out. It's been working pretty well for me, at least for things not getting further color bleed, right? But like you can see, but even if it doesn't get it out, like it's still okay. Now I'm going to show you why this is so freaking special. This is the tag. It was $4, but I got 50% off on this. So this dress cost me $2. And obviously I'm going to explain it to you, but it's one of these, if you know, you know, which I hate, but we'll talk. But if you don't know, you're going to know in a minute. So if you are unfamiliar, this is Betsey Johnson, and it is known as the Punk label tag. So this is, I believe the era on these are 80s. This is marked size small. So I don't know if this is going to fit on my little self, but we're going to give it a fucking shot. And I will say that, black with daisy print, like this is not my usual aesthetic, but Betsey Johnson Punk, like this is going to have an amazing silhouette. It's going to look so freaking cute on, if it fits me. If it doesn't fit me, I will very happily sell it somewhere, probably not on Whatnot. Punk label stuff can go for a lot of money. $200, $300, $400. I mean, like a lot of money, depending on what it is. There are other pieces that are definitely a lot more iconic. This is very cute and it's like such a nice quality and everything, but I don't know that I would consider this one of her super iconic pieces. I also haven't put it on my body yet. Sometimes the silhouette is just, like this might be like a very kind of wide neck, we'll see, right? Sometimes it surprises you when you get it on and you're just like, holy crap. But I may keep it. We'll see. I got to see how it fits. I'm very excited about it though. And, I thought it was cute and I looked at it at first because I was like, oh, that's maybe like a 90s dress, right? And then I touched it and I was like, oh yeah, it's probably older. Let me see if I can find a tag. And, then I found the tag. So excited about this. It buttons all the way down. Maybe the buttons do go on the front. I don't know. Yeah, it buttons fully. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, anyway. So that's the last item in my little haul. So that's pretty respectable length for a video. I got to get to work getting all this stuff put into my Whatnot. I only have like 10 items drafted for Whatnot. I don't have anything photographed, so I have a lot of work to do for tonight. So I got to get my caffeinated beverage and get to work. But I hope that you enjoyed this haul. And I hope that, as always, if you liked my video, you like it, you subscribe to me, you leave me comments, but you don't have to, but I always love it when you do. And thank you so much. I hope that was, thanks for watching. I got to figure out a better way to close out these videos because I'm always just like, so thanks. And, you know, but I appreciate you watching so much. And I will see you again soon. Bye. All right. I had to pop back on for a minute because I was setting up, I was getting ready to do my whatnot work. And you remember my friend Betsy Johnson here, right? Well, I tried it on. It does fit me. It looks very cute. It makes me look a little bit hippie because it has pockets and it's meant to be a size small and it's super fitted in the bodice, but then it's very like gathered in the skirt, whatever. That's too much information. I'm going to show you this tag again, just as a reminder. Okay. This is the original Betsy Johnson punk label tag. Okay. It says Betsy Johnson, size small. It's got the face and all that. Oh, I can't do things, but there you go. Okay. I went to look up this dress and let's take a look at what I found because this is crazy potatoes and I'm probably not keeping this dress. So, oh, please. All right. So you can see I've got like some search results here, right? And one of the things I noticed is this dress, this one, you know, they have like this black strip along the neckline and stuff, but also down where the buttons are. And mine does not. Like mine, it just buttons, you know, it's all the same fabric, right? There's no trim, so to speak. So I click on that one, the first one, it's a Poshmark. You can see there's an eBay new with tags also, but we'll get to that. And I go here, oh, this item has sold. Cool. Punk label archive, right? So I go down and number one, $450 fucking dollars. $450, which in and of itself is crazy town, but let's look at this tag. You see how this tag says vintage on the bottom because they re-released some of the pieces. Now I don't remember or know when that happened, but what I do know is this dress is not an actual 80s dress. This is a reissue of that dress, and she did this with several. The reissue sold for $450 motherfucking dollars. So now what do I do? Because this has that color bleed issue. Do I just like auction it off on eBay and hope for the best? I have not found another one of the actual 80s versions of this dress. All of the other ones I'm finding are the vintage reissues, like this eBay new with tags one. This person listed $999. I think that's crazy, but you can see 47 people have favorited this. And so again, if we look at the tag, right, it's got this, you know, it says vintage. Things don't say vintage on them when they were, because when they were issued, they were not vintage, right? They were just normal. So here, oh, perfect. I'm remaking some of my favorite oldies but goodies and reviving my 80s punk label. Can't wait to wear this stuff again. Hope you love it as much as I do. So if the reissue sold for $450, what do we think this $2 is going to sell for? Look, it's been nice knowing y'all. I'm about to be wealthy, so have a nice day. No, I don't know what I'm going to do because obviously, like, I've got this whole, you know, color bleed situation. So I got to figure all that out. But I had to share that with you because I was very excited. So anyway, that was funsies. Worst case scenario, whatever. Let's say that I try to remove some of the color bleed from this and it fails. I can think of this in two ways. I can think of it as I ruined a $450 at least dress, or I can think of it in terms of, hey, it was $2 and I gave it a shot and now I just get to keep it myself, right? Like I'm going to choose to look at it the second way. If I do that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I probably could just list it as is and somebody can do, I don't know. Okay. The other thing too, though, is I could keep it and then I have a Betsy Johnson punk label dress that's worth $80 bajillion. But also, as I said before, I knew that it was worth $80 bajillion. Like this isn't really my aesthetic. I just really was considering keeping it because I knew that Betsy Johnson punk label stuff is cool and I knew it would look really cute on, and it does. The silhouette is great. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. More. Bye.